Okay, good afternoon, folks. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome on behalf of Sierra Analytics North America. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time. Quick introductions. Myself and my teammate, I am Freddie Haroon. I am part of the commercial enterprise sales team based in Dallas, Texas, which is extremely hot right now. It's summertime in Texas. And I have my teammate with me, Jan Ballars, who is going to be conducting the demo for us today, a virtual assistant called Diana. Quickly, our agenda for today, we'll kick off with an introduction to our company and then, of course, move on to the solution itself, go over the architecture, and then take a look at the demo. And then finally, we're happy to take any questions from the audience that they may have. So I'll kick off with talking a little bit about Sierra Analytics North America. We're a business unit within the Sierra Group. We specialize in analytical solutions to help companies managing and optimizing and extracting insights from their data. Not just the business analytics side itself, but also data science, data governance, pretty much any and everything data, as you can think of. We have a global footprint, commercial and technical presence with a number of offices in over 40 countries through our network of partners. And also a little bit about Sierra as an organization itself. Sierra has expertise in everything regarding financial operation planning and partnerships with a number of SIs and BI frameworks. One of those SAP will be actually talking about today. But not just also that, we also have a services arm that works on custom application developments, organizational assessments, cloud, DevOps, microservices, architecture, a number of offerings. And we also develop our own proprietary products through our innovation team that have been designed with specific technical requirements for a number of use cases in any sort of enterprise environment and deployable in any kind of industry. So, but today we'll go through one of those innovations, an AI virtual assistant called Diana, and its integration with SAP for S/4HANA. So let me just dive into it. Diana, our newest AI-driven virtual assistant solution that I just talked about, offers seamless integration with the SAP S/4HANA. I want to quickly touch a little bit on both of these solutions and how it all comes together. The SAP Business Unit S/4HANA is a next-generation ERP suite designed to help businesses operate more efficiently, supports both on-premise and cloud deployments. The SAP HANA itself as a database has a very unique memory architecture. It uses simpler data modeling systems compared to other usual databases where, unlike other databases, the data in HANA is stored in a memory. So when you need to access it, the system can access it directly from in-memory storage instead of calling it from the hard drive, which allows the system to run much faster as it's extracting the information on demand whenever needed. And the reason why that matters greatly is because you've got a database that's constantly ingesting data from all kinds of different sources, not just traditional business sources such as contracts, sales data, UX, UI data, mobile data coming in from mobile devices, from customer base, from workforce as well. And as more and more of this data is accumulated, it allows you to do some very interesting things and dive much deeper in a much more simpler and efficient format. And that's where the integration with the Diana, with SAP comes in. You have a virtual assistant tool, Diana, that utilizes state-of-the-art machine learning and NLP technology. Those advancements allow it to engage in a very natural conversation to provide quick and precise responses based on a specific data set it's been trained on. So if you were to imagine a scenario where instead of navigating through a complex dashboard, reports, or a number of documents to make critical business decisions, you can simply ask your personalized virtual assistant a question and it would produce the answer. And that's what Diana does. It gives you the ability to ask questions directly and receive the information immediately in real time. And that sort of streamlined approach transforms the way you make decisions, allowing you to act much more rapidly and decisively. Also, quickly, I'll talk a little bit about how the tool works. It's a four-step process. The first step is to create the knowledge area within any specialized subject topic, and it could be as many subjects and topics as you choose to have. Second step would be to upload the content documents, and those documents can be in any format. Also, you can connect database, hence SAP in this case. The third step would be to train the virtual assistant to your specific data set by utilizing generative AI LLMs, such as ChatGPT. And that takes us to the final and fourth step of delivery output, which is where Diana optimizes interactions by addressing frequently asked questions, troubleshooting common issues, guiding users through various tasks and processes. The following slide, this is another illustration of the solution in its functionality. Dashboards are extremely useful, and they've been around for some time when it comes to exploring, analyzing, and identifying different trends and KPIs. But they can also be very laborsome and time-consuming. Even though you might miss, and sometimes you may even actually miss a critical data point when you're building a dashboard because you need to factor in anytime you're making decisions. But when you have a tool like Diana, a virtual assistant, you can combine a number of different data sources and then blend it into a single source, which enables you to interact with the information that you normally would have access to through a dashboard, hence saving a lot of time from creating different filters to generating complex queries, especially in something like SAP, where it's not easy to get data out of if you've ever had a chance to use it. All of that processing ability utilizes natural language processing. And some of the very commonly used typical application scenarios we see could be customer support, human resources, lead generation, booking and travel industries, e-commerce, information retrieval, among others, within whichever respective industries you happen to be a part of. I'll also quickly just highlight some of the benefits that I've talked about, but some additional benefits, starting with getting information through a conversational interface that makes data analysis very intuitive and accessible. Not just for technical background folks, but pretty much from any kind of background, which enables you to ask questions in a much more simpler format and makes the communication on both ways very seamless, enabling natural language queries and generating instant insights. Also provides a security layer that security is paramount when you're operating a private virtual assistant, which guarantees confidentiality of your data throughout the interaction process. And then, of course, additionally, it allows, again, leveraging the NLP capabilities. Diana can quickly analyze very large data sets, identify patterns, generate actionable recommendations in real time. And that leads to the convenience of accessing the data analysis in a much more rapid manner and streamlines workflows. And again, also makes it very efficient and saves a lot of time in organizations. I will now pass the microphone to my teammate, Jan, who will talk more about the architecture itself and walk us through the demo. Jan?
Great. Thank you, Freddie. Well, the architecture used by Diana is it's a very simple architecture. It's not that complex. We explained it here. It has 3 simple layers. The first layer is the Diana application interface, in which the users could interact with Diana, access and via a web browser, or you can integrate it into your Teams application and just start chatting with your virtual assistant via Diana. That's our first layer. The second layer is the AI model. This is the component that's responsible for all the AI processing. It processes your questions in natural language. It transforms them into technical language, which are SQL queries, and uses machine learning to be able to build this information. And it has learning processes. So as Freddie mentioned, this is the layer where it has all the processes for learning and large language models applied in this layer. And then we have the database layer, the SAP database. This is the component that has the database of SAP, the ERP, S/4HANA. This is the data where Diana is already trained in, so it knows the database model, and it's capable of answering questions, transforming it, like I said, into SQL queries, and bringing up the answers. So connecting to the database. So it's very simple. We have our interface layer, we have our AI model, and we have our database layer, which has all the information for Diana to be able to reply. Now, if we're in SAP here, I would like to explain how we would find an example of how we would find data or answers to certain questions using SAP, and compared to how it would work via using your virtual assistant in Diana. So let's say, for example, we want to find out what is the amount of sales for a certain product, like the example we have here on screen, which is a product called the Y120 bike. So if we want to know what is the amount of sales of the Y120 bike in SAP, well, first of all, we log into SAP. We have to type in the transaction, so where we're gonna enter to ask our question. So here we have an example using the SE16N transaction. which is this picture we have right here in the right-hand side. We have to say which table we want to query. So we have to first of all know which is the sales table, so we can be able to find this product and then the amount of sales. So the sales table is the VBRP table. That is an acronym for the sales table in SAP. So you have to open that table up, and then you have to go to the product field, which is the MATNR. That's the material number. That's the ID for your product. So here you type in the ID, your product ID, which in this case is MZ-TG-Y120. That's the ID. That's the product code, not the product name. And we have to apply then a sum so it could add up the sales, and we get it here down here at the bottom of the table. So if we see a right-hand side image here, this is the screenshot of the SE16N transaction in SAP. We're looking at the VBRP table, and we already applied the filter for this product, and it shows all the sales. And here at the bottom, it's showing the total, which is 1,608,600. And if we compare this to just asking our virtual assistant in Diana, which is the screenshot that's down at the bottom left-hand side, here we're asking in natural language, give me the total sales for the product Y120 bike, and it gives us the answer, which is the same correct answer that we get from SAP. Here we're showing 1,608,600 units sold. So basically here we're trying to show the one of the greatest benefits of using a virtual assistant, consulting SAP directly, and instead of going into SAP and navigating through your data. So we're going to try to show this now in a demo. Here we go. So let me see if this, the video, I can't see it. Can you see it, Freddie? Is it showing?
No, it's just a dock screen.
Yeah. Yeah, we're having a little technical issue here. We're going to solve it quickly. No, I'm not getting. Yeah, not getting the feedback here. Oh, there we go. There we go. So here it is. We're logged into Diana. This is our landing page, and quick dashboard where you can see a few amount of virtual assistants. So we're going to go straight to our SAP S/4HANA virtual assistant that we already trained on SAP data. So this is actually trained in SAP. So here we go. Here we have our chat. So I'm going to start with the first very simple question. I'm going to ask for the clients from Brazil. Give me a list of clients from Brazil by name. So it won't give me all the data for the clients. So here we just, in our prompt at the bottom, as we usually do with chats, I'm typing in the question. We submit our question, and then we wait for Diana to answer. There we go. And we get our list of clients that are from Brazil. So I just click on the thumbs up button to give feedback to Diana, which is the correct answer. And now let's go ask a little more complex question. What are the sales per year? So we ask Diana, and if you can see, just in simple natural language, we can ask Diana information from SAP, and he gave me the sales per year. So now let's give a little drill down, and we're going to ask for the sales per month. So we type in our prompt, submit our question, and Diana quickly responds, giving me all the sales per month. So now let's go for another different kind of question, a little bit more complex. We're going to ask for what are the 5 best selling products. So let's remember, this is all data that's in our ERP, SAP ERP, and this is live connected to the database. There we go. It shows me all the 5 the best-selling products, top 5 products. It shows me the item number. So I'm going to re-ask the question now, but I'm going to tell them to include the description. So here we go. We're asking for the 5 best-selling products, including description. And we submit our question. And now we get a different answer. We have our 5 best-selling products, but we have our item ID, and plus we have our description for the product. So now I'm going to ask for it to give me the quantities of these 5 best-selling products. So we're going to start adding certain metrics into this. So we type in our question in the prompt. Submit. And now it's showing me the quantities sold for each of these products. And now playing a little bit more with the metrics, we're going to ask for it to add the quantity and the price for the 5 best-selling products. So as you can see, it's very flexible. You can ask basically any question that's related to your data. And the more precise you get with your questions in your prompt, the more precise is your answers. So here we go. We're asking for 2 metrics now, quantity and price for the same 5 best-selling products. And there we go. We have our top 5 products with item ID, and the quantity, and the sales. So now we're going to go ask for the question that we asked about the Y120 bike. So I'm going to give me the total sales of the product named Y120 bike. This is the question we showed on the previous slide. So here we're going to show you live how it connects and gives me the answer. There we go. It shows the 1,608,600 units sold. So it's the same answer that we saw on the SAP transaction screen. And now we go for one more question. What are the least selling products, including description? If you notice, I didn't ask for the 5 least best-selling products, just the least best-selling. So it's going to give me a list of products with the least selling items. There we go. So we can see a list of products here, which are the least selling products. So this is what we have prepared for the demo. We just showed you how we can simply use Diana in a questioning manner via chat, asking in natural language form, and getting data from our database, which is in SAP ERP. So overall, integrating Diana into your data analytics workflow allows for users to effortlessly extract valuable insights from the data, driving informed decisions making and improving their productivity, instead of, like Freddie showed us before, using the dashboard and navigating through your data, clicking and applying filters. We could just start talking with our data.
Thank you, Jen. Folks, happy to field any questions anyone may have. There's one that just came in. I'll ask here in a second, but yes, please feel free to ask any questions that you may have. The question I do have now, Jen, is this tool, Diana, can it integrate with another ERP systems, not just SAP?
Oh, sure, yeah. In this case, we're using it with the SAP. We trained the Diana with the SAP data model. But if we need to connect it to a different SAP, since we can connect to different databases, that wouldn't be an issue. We would just have to train it in the other ERP's data model. Yeah, so that's feasible.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's another one that just came in. Can the tool also generate graphics?
Yes. Actually, that's one of the new features. Just like we saw right now in our chat, we can ask questions and we can ask it to build a bar chart graphic with the response. So if we're asking for the top 5 selling products, we tell them to build a pie chart or a bar chart or a line chart, and Diana is going to be able to build that. That's our next feature that's coming soon. So yes, that will be able very soon.
Thank you. Folks, please feel free to ask any questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Going one, going twice. No, we have time. So,
Yeah.
all right. I think that we have covered pretty much everything we were looking to cover. A couple of questions came in, but just so our audience keeps in mind, we're happy to do another demo in a one-on-one session and go over specific use cases within any industry that you'd like to discuss. Please feel free to reach out to us either on LinkedIn or on our website. We're always available. Happy to help. And we certainly, again, appreciate your time this afternoon and wish you a great rest of the day. Thank you, Jen.
Okay. Thank you, Freddie. So I invite everybody to talk with their data.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.